is Bazaar Morning Call, live from the CNBC TV 18 headquarters in Mumbai.
Good morning. Welcome to Bazaar Morning Call. I'm Lata. With me is Sonia here in the studio and Anuj joining from home. It's a big day for us. We have the investment guide where, of course, we will have a market master teaching investors the elements of stock picking. So it's a big day. It's a good day for us to look forward to. For the moment, the backdrop is, well, you can see a little damp. The Wall Street indices, even the Dow futures, are showing a slight tinge of red. Asia is mixed. SGX Nifty is not so red, but still the backdrop is looking a little weak. I remember Anuj repeatedly telling us that markets normally go into the Fed with long positions. The Fed never disappoints. So it's possible that before the FOMC statement comes today, the markets will have picked up some steam. For me, the positive is yesterday the bunch of results that came. I mean, you can read the banking results any which way. But for me, it was very important that deposits grew for most of the banks. You know, IndusInd, RBL, yes. The big problem was after the Yes Bank moratorium, deposits had fled many of these banks. And the fact that all of them have reported an improvement in quarter-on-quarter deposits is a positive sign for me, and slippages have fallen in most cases. So I wouldn't look at those results as negative at all. The other big positive for me is this Sero survey of Mumbai. I am not an expert. We don't know how to take the numbers, but we have an expert joining us 5 minutes from now, Dr. Shashank Joshi, to tell us it looks like the initial reading is that Mumbai is developing immunity. For me, for the markets, for the economy, for us as citizens and human beings, this would be very good news. But let's wait for the expert. And for the other expert, Anuj, of course. Anuj, how is the market positioned? 11,280. Does it cross over, and is there a big gain ahead? How should we read it?
Morning, Lata. Well, you know, this is a fresh bull market. I mean, all ingredients are in place, and I think the market is pricing in the worst of COVID, and perhaps at some point wants to even move to all-time high. And, you know, this reminds me of the quote that, you know, never bet against the end of human race and short the market, because then who would you, sort of unwind your position with? But anyway, I think for me, the big highlight of yesterday was the numbers from Ultratech and this morning's big upgrades. And I'll tell you why that is important. That is India's largest cement company. And, you know, when that comes out with numbers in a quarter in which, there was supposed to be so many problems, it's a fillip for domestic stocks. And going forward, things could continue to improve. In fact, we have CLSA, which has increased the target price to 5,000. So that was one reason why you had that big last hour surge as well. Because, you know, ultimately earnings move the markets like nothing else. Now the market's broken out and it was led by across the board. In fact, yesterday you couldn't complain that it was only Reliance. It was IT, it was banks, it was autos. So across the board breakout was visible. Now normally if you studied this market, breakouts lead to about a 200 to 250 point move. This breakout has happened at 11,250. So 11,450 to 11,500, give or take 50 points here or there, perhaps should be the target for this expansion. And of course, the erstwhile resistance of 11,250 now becomes your support and now becomes your sacrosanct stop loss. Again, you know, the market climbing wall of worries. FI has also turned buyers yesterday, both in cash market and in F&O market. And as I said, this market is showing some signs with the kind of breadth and the kind of moves that it has had, that perhaps it wants to move to all-time high, and all corrections up until then perhaps will be buying opportunities. Let's see. Sonia, good morning.
Hi Anuj, morning. In fact, you know, about